lectures would be recorded. Location of Pakistan. So what's important for you to know here is the placement, that it's located between 24 to 37 north latitudes and 61 to 76.5 east longitudes. Now, what does that mean? If you look at this location here, you can see these lines. These horizontal lines are known as latitudes, okay? And these vertical lines, the ones that go up and down, they're known as longitudes. So Pakistan is located in between this line here, which is a bit towards the left from 64 degrees east, and it ends up around 76 degrees east. Remember, longitudes, they go from east to west. Okay? Why? Because although they're vertical lines, but they travel sideways like this, west to east and east to west. This is the reason why we indicate signages like this: 76 east, 64 east, and the country sort of lies between these two longitudes. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah,
Yeah? Okay.
understand.
Okay, perfect. Then if you look at the latitudes, look at this one, 36 degrees north, and this one here is 25 degrees north, but we're like a bit below 25 degrees north, 23 degrees north, this one here, the Tropic of Cancer. So the latitudes, because they go sideways like this, up and down, north to south. So this is the reason why we write the signage of north with the latitudes. So 23 degrees north and 36 degrees north to this line and this line and this one here and this one. So this is how I've sort of created a boundary for the for the map of Pakistan, and this is how you can sort of write down the exact number of latitudes and the longitudes to sort of understand the location. Okay, nobody's gonna question you exactly on these exact latitudes and longitudes, but you can always refer to this location in your answers, because writing down facts and figures in geography would just make your answers more stronger. Now, just to have a basic understanding of the land of Pakistan, you look at this map, you start from the northmost areas to the southernmost lands, um, and this is the eastern part, which is majorly the biggest province of the country in terms of the population, the province of Punjab. And towards the west, we've got the biggest province in terms of the land size, which is Balochistan here. I'm sure you guys are generally aware of placement of these provinces. The northern areas are generally the northwest frontier, which is Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, the present day, and the tribal areas, including Gilgit-Baltistan and Kashmir and the occupied territory. And the southern areas alongside Balochistan are the regions of Sindh, which end up to the Arabian Sea, bounded by the west eastern coast of the sea. Okay. Um, this is generally how the provinces are situated. Each and every province has land routes available. There's no landlocked province. All the provinces are connected through land routes and water channels. If you can see these blue lines here, can you guys see these blue streams that are sort of crossing the entire map? These blue streams are basically um, these water channels that go from the northmost areas to the southmost areas and on to the Arabian Sea. Okay, you see, these are water channels. They're most concentrated in Punjab here, and that's one of the reasons why it's known as Punjab. There are like five rivers that are flowing through this province, and then they join the Indus River. This major stream here is this one. This is the River Indus. And River Indus sort of flows from the north to the south through the entire map of the country. And if you guys get a chance to travel, I'm not sure where you guys live in, but whichever parts of Pakistan you are situated in, or maybe if you're not, you can just sort of browse through the river channel of River Indus, and you'll see how widespread this river is. and it sort of distributes into these tributaries over here in Punjab. These are like they're also called these different channels of Indus, but they've got their own names, right? And these channels they join Indus at this point in Punjab. All right. This is where all of these five rivers they join and they make up River Indus. Guys, does that make sense? Anything, any
Yeah.
questions so far?
Yes, sir.
All
Yes.
clear? Okay, perfect. Now, if you look at the bordering countries of of Pakistan, there's Afghanistan in the northwest here. We've got India on the southeast. We've got Iran southwest, and we've got China towards the north here. It's not mentioned here, but this is China here. So Pakistan is surrounded by these four neighboring countries. Um, and right now we are on good terms with China, and we've got land routes available for trade. The Karakoram Highway that passes through the northern mountains. Pakistan trades with China through the Karakoram Highway. For Afghanistan as well, we've got the Bolan Pass. Iran as well, we're also sort of connected with Iran. And Pakistan has a history of the strategic gas pipeline project with Iran. And so basically, um, guys, just a second. Okay, yeah. So this gas pipeline project with Iran was initiated um, after the inception of Pakistan, and it was basically a trading project between Iran and these other Central Asian countries. But those gas pipelines used to pass through Pakistan, and we used to get like taxes of that. Um, I think I explained that this Afghanistan border is Bolan Pass, but please make a correction that the border with Iran is actually the Bolan Pass, but with Afghanistan it's called the Torkham border. Okay, and with China we've got the Kanjra Pass, which is the natural land route, and with India we've got the Bahaga border in Lahore, but many other borders as well that connect us directly with India. Okay, so these are all our borders and natural land ways that are available for connection with all of these countries, all the neighboring countries. Another very important information about the land of Pakistan will be the climatic conditions. If you look at this entire region, starting from the northmost, if I divide Pakistan into three chunks like this, the first chunk would be the northmost regions. The second one would be the central region, and the third one would be the southern region. Okay, so if this is the northern region, this is the central region, this is the southern region. The northern region has a very specific kind of climate, very specific weather conditions. The central region has different climatic conditions, and the southern has completely different climatic conditions. That is because the topography is different. These northern areas are on a higher altitude, and as you go down towards the southern regions, they're on a lower altitude. Generally, if I explain an overview, the northern regions they're colder, they have a harsh climate, extreme winters. Central region has a moderate climate in summers as well as winters, generally with some highs and lows, whereas the southern region is extreme summers and mild winters. We will go over all of these details individually in the upcoming chapters as well. Each of the lifestyles of these three regions are different because of the climatic conditions, because of the different weather conditions, and people adapt to these different climatic patterns because of the differing weathers, topography. Even the topography, when we talk about the topography, guys, this topography means landforms, how the land is, mountains, valleys, ridges, plain areas, plateaus. So generally, the northern areas of Pakistan are mountain regions. So the topography over here is all mountains. Even these mountains extend to the western part. Like the entire region is the mountain region of Pakistan here. The blue patch that I've just drawn, this one here. So you see mountains on all of these sides. Why? Because this entire region, the upper region, is all northern mountains, and as you extend downwards, the Balochistan province, you see western mountains all across this border, like this. And then over here, this other chunk, which is the Punjab region, is plateau. It's mostly the areas that are on the plateau. Even these lower areas of Balochistan are also on the Balochistan plateau. Plateau is generally a flat area. It's not a mountain. It's lesser in altitude, but it's not also not a plain. So it's sort of this landform that is in between mountains and plain areas. And then the Sindh region is a plain region of Pakistan with no altitude shifts, very gradual changes in landforms, mostly plain, mostly dry, and mostly similar topography. Yes, Arkham, do you have a question?
Yeah, sir, the screen is too much. मतलब भर गई है screen तो आप can you please teach us in a new screen
Yes,
on a new screen?
yes, of course, of course. I will just, I mean, this was it for this map. We're just going to transition to the next page now. Yeah. I hope everything is clear up till now, guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So basically, we've talked about the entire map of Pakistan, the river channels. We've talked about placement of provinces, our key latitudes and longitudes, the regions, climate, topography, neighboring countries, our borders with other countries, and different lifestyles, mountain regions, and topography. This was just an overview, guys. This is nothing detailed, and obviously, you don't have to memorize anything by heart. You just have to know that this is what an overview of the country looks like. Each and every topic after this point will be a detailed breakdown of whatever I just explained. This is the entire environment of Pakistan. We will be studying a detailed topography in the unit. We'll be studying a detailed unit on water resources, a detailed unit on climate, weather, trading networks, agriculture, uh, industries. So yeah, we'll go over each of these topics in detail now. This was just an overview of how we're going to be progressing with the upcoming topics. If everything is clear, we can move on to the next bit. Just give me, let me just clear this off. Okay. Now, this one is about the importance of Pakistan's location. This diagram is very important. You don't have to go through this text. Everything is very clearly written on this diagram. Now look at this. This is the boundary of Pakistan here. If the country is situated over here, now look at a broader aspect. Up till now, we were just looking at this map. India, Afghanistan, China, Iran. This is what we just looked at. But now if you make a broader sense of this, look at the placement of China. Look at the country size of China here. This is the entire country. And then look at Pakistan. Then look at India. Take a look at Afghanistan. You'll get a lot of information about the geographical sizes of these countries. Kazakhstan over here, there's Saudi Arabia. Now, Saudi Arabia, if you want to travel from Pakistan to Saudi Arabia, there's no land route available until you travel to Iran, Iraq, and then to Saudi. But generally, these areas, because of the border protocols, these land routes are not available, so you have to fly to Saudi, or maybe there are sea routes available as well. You see, Pakistan, because of this location, we can uh, like use our sea routes to countries like Saudi and Middle East generally, to Egypt, to Syria, to Turkey, to Dubai, to Qatar. You know, we've got these sea routes available to all of these Gulf states, Oman here. And then we also got sea routes available to India, like this, because this entire coast is available. And in fact, we share this coast with India. For Sri Lanka, you can even take sea or land routes like this. China, definitely, we've got the sea available open. But there are some landlocked countries, like this one here. Iraq is landlocked. Baghdad is landlocked. Mongolia is landlocked. Kazakhstan is landlocked. Kyrgyzstan is landlocked. Turkmenistan is landlocked. Landlocked means that these countries are like surrounded by um other countries and there's no coastal route available to access these countries. Pakistan has this chunk of coast available. Had there been another country over here, we would have been completely landlocked. But we have this coast, and this coast is extremely important for our country because it is a natural harbor. This entire coast extends to the Sindh region. This is Sindh and this is Balochistan. So some of the Sindh regions they access this coast, and some of the regions of Balochistan they have access to this coastal area as well. And you see a lot of seaports along this region. We've got Karachi port, we've got Port Qasim, Gwadar port, Pasni or Mara. These are different ports that are sort of there on this natural harbor. It acts as a refueling point for ships and is also extremely important in trade because a lot of trade is done through sea and because we've got these natural harbors available we can actually take part in that trade. This is the point here. Karachi natural harbor and an important warm water port also serves as a refueling stop for ships. A lot of ships that maybe let's say a ship is going from here Ethiopia to maybe um, here in Malaysia. Okay, so the ship would maybe travel through this route, would stop here, would get refueled, and then travel onwards to the other country. So because of the strategic location of Pakistan, it was the natural harbor also acts as a refueling point. We've got inflow of Chinese industrial products to Pakistan through the common border here. This is another importance of the location. Karakoram Highway. This is a man-made route that's developed between Pakistan and China for trade, easy access to Central Asian states via Afghanistan. These are all the Central Asian states here: Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, uh, Kyrgyzstan. So you can travel through Afghanistan to all of these areas. There's a feasibility of a national gas pipeline project for the CS countries and Iran to India and Southeast Asian countries after passing through Pakistan. So let's say if Iran wants to like trade natural gas with India. So Iran cannot do it directly with India. It has to because gas pipelines they need to go through these land underground tunnels. So Iran will have to use the channel through Pakistan. Either way, if let's say Turkmenistan decides to trade natural gas with India, they will have to use Pakistan as the channel. So what Pakistan will do is they will allow them to conduct trade and they will get taxes in return with this is called transit trade, where two countries they trade directly, but if they require your resources, your land, they pay you taxes in return. So Pakistan's position is extremely important in terms of the transit trade as well. We have done the Iran-Pakistan gas pipeline project. It was a pipeline project between India and Iran, but Pakistan used to get transit trade because of transit trade taxes because of the usage of the tunnels and land to Pakistan. Then there's Jinnah Terminal in Karachi that connects the entire Asia with West by air. So if you move towards the left-hand side, you'll see the entire western region, starting from the European part of Turkey to the other European nations and onwards to the US and North America. So this is generally how this is basically the importance of the location of Pakistan. If you're questioned on the importance, you will simply be writing all of these points about the land, about our placement, about our trading networks, about our connections with other countries, and generally how the kind of role we play on the global map. Guys, all clear so far?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, so
Okay. Do you want me to move forward, or is this a lot of information? You can let me know. If you're okay, we'll move on to the next bit. But if you think this is a lot of information, we'll directly head on to the assignment. What do you guys say?
this is a lot of information. I think we should move next. No, it's okay. We can move forward.
Okay, we've got multiple point of views. Let's do a vote. How many of you want me to stop here and we can do an assignment related to this? Nobody? Let me just physical features. Okay, I'll just briefly explain the next bit and we will move on to the assignment because I think um I don't want to overburdenize you with all this information. Just let's just look at this one bit of detailed map again. Third map, the last one for the day. This is all about the topography. I was explaining earlier through the first map that we've got different topography for the different regions. Okay, but this one over here is a bit more detailed breakdown. You've got the northern mountains here. You've got the Portover Plateau. You've got the western mountains. This was the belt that I was explaining is the entire mountain regions. Indus Plains, desert areas, Balochistan Plateau. All right. So northern mountains here, western mountains on the entire left western belt, Balochistan Plateau, the Indus Plain, and the desert areas here. There's Portover Plateau here. So Portover Plateau is all the regions of Islamabad and Rawalpindi. Northern mountains are the regions near Kashmir, Gilgit-Baltistan, Hunza, Skardu. Balochistan Plateau is Quetta, Peshawar. Uh, the desert areas are Sindh and Balochistan desert areas. Indus Plains are all these regions near Lahore and generally the Punjab regions and the upper Sindh regions. So, this is just a bit detailed overview of the topography map. We will be studying a detailed topography of all of these in the upcoming lessons, like northern mountains in detail, the western mountains in detail, the plains in details. That's like the next bit of the course. I'm gonna keep it till here, guys. If there's any question up till now for whatever we have studied, please let me know. Any questions so far, everyone? No questions, so I'm assuming everything is clear.
Yeah, everything is clear to me.
Okay. We're not over yet. We do have a follow-up assignment that we need to do right now. I am sharing with you guys this map of Pakistan, the strategic location map, which is about the importance of the location in the WhatsApp group right now. You guys will have to go over this map in detail, and the exercise that we're doing right now is um, you need to summarize any 5 points from this map that you think are important in terms of the location of Pakistan.